Hello. Let's see if a few other people will log on. I did post on here that I was gonna come on around 8:30. So let's see what happens. How are you, day one? Day 107. Hi guys. How was your day? It's freezing as heck out here. Um, been having a long week already. It's only Tuesday. Blake's been giving quite a hard time at school lately. Like in the mornings, he doesn't, he's on the first floor where my office is at. So he can see me easily. Like if I step out of the office and he's at the right angle, he can see me. So in the mornings, oh, sorry, in the mornings for drop offs, it's been kind of tough. He'll like keep walking out of the classroom or start crying and like clings on to me. So we've been trying different methods. We established an action plan with his teachers on how we're gonna deal with him because today was really bad. There was a point where when kids start like throwing things and throwing blocks and just flinging it all over the place like he was, the teachers have to move the rest of the kids for their safety and then move that child over to a side where he can like have his tantrum but be safe at the same time. He was just going off screaming. So my coworker, she's pretty stern and he's kind of, I don't want to say scared of her, but he respects her. So she walked in and he was still screaming and she was getting to the level talking to him and it wasn't working for a little, but she stayed with him until he stopped. It took about 10-15 minutes for him to just relax. But she, at one point in the beginning, she was like, I heard her from down the hall. I was like, she was like, you better not stand up. I need to see you sitting exactly where I left you. And immediately he stood up and she just went back and she's really good. Like she works in the office, but she worked with children for about 14 years and she's really, really good at it. So she kept working with him until he finally stopped. And then it happened one more time in the afternoon after nap time. Transitions are kind of hard for him. Nap time, I've always told him, leave him to last. Wake up all the other children and then wake him up slowly because it's crazy. Like if he wakes up in like the a bad mood or if you wake him up abruptly, it's just all hell breaks loose. He starts screaming, like there's no talking to him. He just blanks out. Like he wants nothing to do with anybody. And I get it. I like my sleep as well. But in a school setting, he needs to wake up and move on to the classroom and do his things. The other kids can't work around him. So that's what we've been dealing with Blakey boy. Noah, on the other hand, very good as usual, getting his straight A's. I don't really worry so much about him academically. He has his straight A's, he behaves in school, everything's been going well in school. Leia, she's here sleeping right now. Oh, she got really, there's been, all these kids are getting sick. Ugh, my hair. Number one, the weather. Number two, all these viruses. There's a lot of viruses going on at the daycare, and it gets I'm always like, oh my God, our make is gonna be next. If it's not one, it's the other. I have three. So it's always jumping back and forth from one to another. She had, have I spoken to you guys after Puerto Rico? Because I'm not sure if I have. But when we came back from Puerto Rico on the flight, she already had a fever. We came, and then they just told us during the flight she had the fever. Next day, I had an appointment set up for her. We take her in, and then they're like, it's a virus. Her body is just trying to fight it, and it has to do its thing. So she had a fever for about 3 days. It went away. And then, like a week later, after being in daycare, she had a fever again, diarrhea. She wasn't eating. It was really bad. Like, we had a tough, it was about a week. She had a fever for about 3 to 4 days, diarrhea for the entire week or a little more, Pedialyte left and right. It was a lot for the poor thing. Um, at the same time, she was getting 4 teeth coming out at the same exact time. So she was going through it. But in her classroom there's a baby that's about to be a year old in April. Um I don't know why I say about to be because it's still we still have time. But she's in the hospital. She's been in the hospital for a week. She has RSV. Yesterday, this is an example of how parents like to mess with kids' health and what drives me crazy. So there's this one mom that she's always like, my daughter's not sick, she's okay, and we've sent her home with a fever after she said that she's perfectly fine. But I know she's one of those parents that just medicates her kids and sends them off to school. So during pickup, this little girl usually, we have different exits, but this little girl usually exits by the office. So she passes by, and the teacher looks at me, and I'm like, she's not okay, is she? Like, she doesn't look fine. The teacher's like, no, she looks a little off. So I'm like, bring her into the office. I'm going to check her temperature, and then we'll go on from there. As I'm about to check her temperature, one of the other teachers brings another little girl to check her temperature. So at this point, I have two kids online waiting to get their temperatures. I checked the other little girl that the teacher brought in. She had a temperature of 101. Okay, I call her mom. We got her picked up. The other little girl that was being dismissed, her mom is about to walk in as I'm about to check her temperature. Her mom is like, she's completely fine. The heat just makes her a little uncomfortable, but she's good. I'll take her. It's fine. You don't have to check her temperature. I'm like, no, let me check her temperature because we do have a policy that if they have a fever, if they're sick, vomiting, etc., they're not allowed until they're 24 hours free of whatever symptom they have. So a lot of parents fear this, that if we call them or whatever, your child has the runs or they're feeling ill, they can't come in. So a lot of parents try to hide that their kids are sick so that they can bring them the following day. But I was like, no, I was not about to leave this little girl. I was not about to let this little girl leave without me checking her temperature. So I check her, and 102. After her mom is like, she looks perfectly fine. It's the heat. 102. So we're like, she's not allowed in. And her mom is like, it's okay. Tomorrow she has her vaccines. Like, she just has a temperature, and you're here thinking that she's going to get vaccines the next day. Like, I just didn't say anything. Let her doctor deal with it, and we know what was going to happen. Today, we call her to check up on the little girl. She had to take her to the hospital because she had a fever of 105 and it wasn't going down. This is what I'm noticing with a lot of kids. The past 2 to 3 weeks, we've had more than 10 kids with fevers, and all of these kids have gone to the hospital with fevers of like 104.5, 105, which 4.5 is basically 105, and it's hard for the fever to break the fever. So I don't remember like seeing this so often. Yes, kids get fevers, but I don't remember seeing this where kids are getting fevers at 104, 105, and it's hard to break the fever. Like Leia had a fever of 104.5 and I was freaking out. My best friend works at a hospital not too far from us, and it was 3 in the morning. Me and my boyfriend are awake with her because we couldn't sleep with her having a fever. She went to sleep and she was warm. I gave her Tylenol. This was like 9 to 9 to 1 2. I gave her Tylenol around midnight. And I called my friend that works at a hospital around 3 in the morning because I go and check Leia again at that time and her fever is 104.5. So we're both freaking out. We know we gotta strip her, bathe her, which I had been doing for the entire day prior to this 104.5, but like nothing was really working. So I call her and she's like, give her Motrin right now. And I'm like, but I gave her Tylenol not too long ago. She was like, give her Motrin right now. I think the Tylenol had given to her a little later, not even midnight, later than that. Because I was like, I just gave her Tylenol. Are you sure she's gonna be okay? She was like, yes. If you take her to the hospital now, what they're gonna do is give her Motrin. And she advised me like, don't take her to the hospital because she didn't want me to expose her to other things. And I have had experience with Blake where he has a fever and all they do is like have him lay there, give him Tylenol. They don't do anything, and we sit there for 8 hours. So my first thought was like, call her. She's in the hospital. She's gonna tell me what to do, what they would do. And luckily, she was right next to a pediatrician nurse that works in the ER. So they were both on the phone with me, and they were just like, give her Motrin ASAP, like right now. Take off her clothes, bathe her, try to bring that temperature down ASAP. And then we did that. Like, I'm very scared when it comes to medicine, so I was not sure of giving her Motrin on top of the Tylenol. I've heard you can do it back to back, but I didn't know. I've never been in that position, like that night, that I had to give her Motrin on top of the Tylenol. So we did that. And she just had the runs for like days after that, and it smelled terrible. And the doctor, and like a day later, she had bumps all over her stomach. She was tested for everything, for COVID, for the flu, and she was negative to everything. Doctor was like, this is a virus that she's trying to get rid of. But back to that little girl who had temperature of 105. She tested positive for the flu. And here was the mom not like making it a bit like you can see it in the girl's face. She was not okay. She was not feeling good. And the mom was like all nonchalant. And this is what drives me crazy that parents bring their kids into school like this and then you get all of these kids sick, including my kids. Like, there's so many kids that are sick right now. It's crazy. But there goes my little rant. Ah. Hi, Evelyn. Jennifer Wagner. Hey. Music Junkie Addict. Hey, Carmen. It's nice to see you guys. Hi, Sarah. Sharon. Hi. I've never heard of a child's fever that high. Girl, all these kids. I had another one in her class as well, but he's like on the toddler side, already walking. And the mom took him to the hospital as well. And his temperature was also 104.5, like up there. It was pretty high. And she was fighting with the doctors because they're like, he doesn't have anything. It's just a fever that he has to break through. And she was like, I'm not leaving this hospital until you tell me like what my child has. He's not gonna have a fever that high for no reason. And it's just scary when their temperature gets that high. Now what my Noah has kind of stopped, but now Blake and Leia have been coughing. Leia not that much. Blake is coughing a little more than her. Hi, Macy. Well, guys, um, I just got a message from one of my coworkers, and this is what I was gonna talk to you guys about. A topic that not a lot of people want to talk about, but everything that's happening in the Middle East. Like, this has me traumatized. Like, how is this all happening? Nobody's saying anything. Everyone's keeping hush hush because people don't want to lose sponsorships, they don't want to lose deals. It's so crazy to me how nobody's stepping up, like the politicians, everything. And we're just watching it all happen. I know I have a handful of people that are from Palestine, and one of them has a husband over there right now. One of them, I know a guy who would come and do work for us at the school. He just got back from over there. He was like, whatever you see on the news, it's not even half of we went what we went through over there. In order to come here, he got out through Jordan, and he's like, I could have died right there leaving Jordan, because if the military saw me, which they did, but if they felt like it, they would just shoot me in the back. But I just happened to cross and I had no issues, thank goodness. But he's like, not a lot of people have that luck. Um, one of my coworkers' husband is over there, and his kids are from the ages of like 13 and up. They have 4 kids, and they just told their mom yesterday, like, Mom, we've never, like, they're so nervous for their dad. They miss him, and they haven't seen him since September. And they told their mom yesterday, like, we've never heard our dad's voice the way he sounded yesterday. Like, the man is scared. He's scared to leave family behind, because it's like you're leaving them to just die. And it's such a sad thing to go through. He has not been able to get out since September. He went on vacation. They usually tend to go on vacation for like a month or so. He went on vacation and he hasn't been able to come out since. Good evening. How has everything been? You and the boys doing good? We're good, Matt. Compared to so many people out there, we are doing good. So every night and every morning, I wake up, I go to sleep, and I check on 2 pages, which, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to share them with you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pronounce these names right, but one of them is Motaz underscore Azaza, Motaz underscore Azaiza. His footage from today, his stories, his Instagram stories have been horrific. Like, he was able to get away. They went to the south of Gaza, and they just hit his neighborhood. And when he went over, he saw complete devastation. Like, he's been in the middle of all of it. And he's posted terrible things that if it wasn't for people like him, the world wouldn't know of. Unfortunately, he has to post these things to let the world know what's happening over there. The images that he posted today were just horrific. And you can tell that he's been so strong, but at this point he's been breaking down. And then the other one that I follow is Wizard underscore Bisan1. Wizard underscore BISAN1. The images are hard to see, but it's important to be aware of what's happening. We can't do much here, but the world needs to see what is happening. This is like, I don't know what's going to stop them. Like, at what point are they just going to stop? I'm pretty sure they're going to try to wipe out. Right now, they're focusing on Gaza, but I'm pretty sure they're going to try to wipe out everything, all of Palestine. And it's scary because at this point, they're hitting Lebanon. I have another coworker that's from Lebanon, and they hit her neighborhood, and in her family's house there's a missile that didn't explode. So it's just complete craziness all over the place. Good evening, how has everything been? Oh, I read that one. Oh, I know the world is a crazy place. Hi Carmen, how was your vacation? It was really good. We had so much fun. I haven't been on here since vacation. Was my last live me in Puerto Rico? All of this fighting for nothing, innocent people being killed for no reason. All of this because they want their land and don't like them. Nonsense. Yep, that's basically it. It's insane. It's completely insane how they went through the freaking Holocaust and now you're doing this to other people? I don't understand it. I also have a coworker who's Jewish and she's just like, she can't believe what's happening. Pray for Israel. What is happening in Israel, though? I don't see anything happening in Israel. I'm not trying to make it like a fight or anything in the comments, but seriously, what is happening in Israel? I understand. Hamas went in there, they stirred things up, a lot of stuff happened, yes. But the Palestinians have been oppressed for so many years. Like my boss, my coworkers, they all tell me, even before all of this happened, last year, one of my coworkers who's Mexican, she went on a pilgrimage. She went to Palestine and she went to Israel. And before she went, my coworker who's from Palestine, she was like, um, you need to be sorry, I was reading on comment. She was like, you need to be very careful. Like she was nervous for her because as a Palestinian, she barely has like the right for anything. This was a year ago. She barely has the right to like go from one place to another. In order to get to Palestine, they need to get through checkpoints in Jordan. Like they can't fly straight to Palestine like an American can. Um she has pictures on her Instagram of them over there. I think it was definitely a year ago. It was last summer, I think the summer of 2022. They were over there and she had filmed, let me see if I find that. She had filmed like military, and she says that the military would harass them, follow them with guns. Let me see. It's so sad. I'm looking at her daughter's page and she has so many pictures in Palestine. Beautiful architecture, so much life, and now it's like all destroyed. Mm. She had like a little notes on everything that's happening. Let me see. She's passing a checkpoint on the third one. Once. Because she posted her pictures in one and then she posted like bullet points of everything. So for the third one is the Israeli flag. Our car being randomly, she put it on quotes, randomly stopped by IDF soldiers at every checkpoint. And then number 6, she put witnessing IDF soldiers with machine guns harass little Palestinian boys playing in the street. This was all before all of this happened. Let me. That's the IDF just walking in the street. She said that on her way through that little market, they were just harassing little kids. And this is at one of the checkpoints. But look at this. Such a beautiful place, completely destroyed now. Completely destroyed. And it's so sad. So when my coworker, the one that's from Mexico, she went over, she's very, very, very religious. She goes to Catholic church. They did this pilgrimage and they went over. She said their first stop was in Palestine, and it was just the whole experience was a lot for her on both sides. And like I was saying, my coworker who's from Palestine kept warning her, like, please be careful over there. It can be pretty bad. Let me catch on. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in like 2 years. This topic is so sad, and I see it the beginning of the end of World War III. I think that's gonna happen. That's the only reason the US is not stepping in, because it will for sure be another war. But we're just witnessing innocent people being killed. Yes. Um I just saw something about impeachment of Biden. I haven't been following the news lately because it's just everything's too much. But I have my Alexa here and I just saw it pass by. Um yes, Hamas, like I said, went in there. They did what they did, which was horrific as well. And we're not saying like those people that were killed, like that they don't matter, but at this point, Israel is coming to Palestine saying Hamas did Hamas did that. But you don't see them killing anybody from Hamas. You just see them killing children. Most of these videos are children, women. Yes, we see a lot of men, and yes, it matters, but children, innocent children, that's what gets me the most. I saw this video of a grandfather, which, Carmen, can I comment? I can't see. This heart is in the way. How do I move it out? I can't see your last comment, Sharon, because of the heart that's like these emoji things that's like right next to the comments. I just get so riled up when I talk about this because I just think about my kids. Every time I see these videos, I think about my children. Um, there was this one video a couple of days ago of a grandfather. He lost his little granddaughter. I will never forget her name, Reem, and his grandson. I'm pretty sure the grandson died as well, but I just remember the little girl, Reem, because he said he was so close to her. She would always like play with him. He would always give her like these little clementines. And like towards the end, the kids would constantly ask him, like, can we play outside, Grandpa? And he would tell them, no, it's not safe outside. You got to stay inside. And one night, what's been happening happened, and she passed away. And you see him like holding on to her and opening her eyes and kissing her eyes. And just, it was so heartbreaking. He took her earring off and put it on him, on his shirt. Like, Children. I believe she was 5 years old. It's just, and all the babies in those incubators, like, what the fuck did they do? You're saying you're looking for Hamas, but you're letting children die on purpose? I just don't freaking understand what's happening. And how are we sure that this cannot happen to us? Yes, we're the US, but nobody cares that we're the United States. Nobody respects the United States anymore. We're not the country that we used to be, where we were respected and other countries feared messing with us. That's long gone. We're like a joke now. But hopefully it all calms down, and pray for Ukraine as well. This is all going to end, and both sides, all of their buildings and history will be gone and destroyed for nothing. Ridiculous. We are ready here in Michoacan. God is coming for us. What happened to the coworker? I missed it. Nothing. I just have coworkers who have family in Palestine right now who can't get out. One of them was able to get out, and it was like a lot. So it's pretty tense at work because they're really going through it. If we feel like a certain way about these videos and everything that's going on, just imagine having your family over there. Like it's a lot. Carmen, can I comment a link for you? Al Jazeera site breaks it down. Yeah, go ahead. If women were empowered, this would not be happening. No offense, guys. I don't understand at all what's happening. It's crazy. Let me look. None of you let me know. I can't remember if my last alive was in Puerto Rico. Come on, guys. Mm, oh my goodness. My little Blakey. Hmm. Sorry, I'm fixing something on one of my old videos. Save. Okay. Yeah, my last video was in Puerto Rico. I was at the beach. So there was one morning when I went to the beach by myself. I went super early. It was like 7 in the morning. I just wanted some quiet time. Um, I just wanted some quiet time, and there was this guy walking down the beach at 7 in the morning with a full on suit and his suitcase in hand. I was like, yes, you go for it. Let me see if I got it. I could have sworn. Yeah, I recorded. Hold on. He was just walking down the beach like nothing with his little suitcase. Look at this picture that I took. Mm. You guys see, I know the glare sucks. I'm sorry. So beautiful. The kids have so much fun. They love going to the beach. I mean, they love going to the beach in general, but they love vacationing. Let me see. We took really cute pictures of the boys. This is like one of my favorites. That's in El Moro. Ah, for me, this footage that I'm showing you right now sucks. And there's that. Um, let's see. Leia was having so much fun at the beach every single day. She's so cute. I'm obsessed with her. She's still not walking, guys. She's gonna be 13 months and nada. She doesn't want to walk. This one was for her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hold on. Noah is just so sweet. Just look at how he steps in. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted for this happy birthday song. Then Noah's just there being so cute with her. She's so adorable, so sweet. Oh, I didn't show you Noah at the end. Oh, he just loves her so much. It's the cutest. Hey y'all, hola Carmen. Hi, William T. Living his best life. He had a business meeting on the beach. Beautiful island, yep. So cute. My girlfriend didn't walk until she was 2.5, so her mom told me. There's no way, Sharon. Maybe a year and a half, but not 2.5. By 2.5, they're already running all over the place. Such a little cutie, yes. They're so adorable. Let me see. My poor Leia. I have a picture of her when she wasn't feeling so great. We had family pictures done at school. These kids. They're so funny. But look at them. This is like the proofs of them. They're so adorable. Shoot, I think Blakely was walking like a year or a year and a half. Yeah. Blake was walking by 10 months. Noah took a little longer. Mm, Noah started walking at 16 months. So 4 months after the year. Which that's what I'm giving Leia. We're gonna start her walking. And then when she starts walking, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, she won't stop getting on top of stuff. Um She's holding on. Like Blake does this. I think I recorded them today. Blake loves like having her walk around the house, and she's not dumb. Like she'll go like this, You give her one hand and then she looks for your other hand. Like she'll like just automatically go like this, wanting your other hand, and then she takes steps. But if you only hold her by one hand, she's kind of scared. So she always looks for the other hand to walk. That way she'll walk. But if I start letting go, immediately she drops. So she's still not ready. No, I thought I recorded them. Well, yeah. This is her and Blake. So at that point at the end, he let go of one hand, and that's when she dropped to the floor. Yeah, it's nice till they start walking and stuff. Then they're on everything. Yep, I remember. And that's it. You can't stop them. They will be on top of everything. Hello, Carmen. Good to see you. Hi, Kiki. So when we were in Puerto Rico, as you guys saw on my first live in Puerto Rico with Blake, when we were stuck at CBS because it was raining. It rained every single day, but it would rain for like an hour or two. The problem is that we were we are basically near San Juan, like not very far, Old San Juan. So we were in a hotel that the ride was about 10-15 minutes to Old San Juan. But in that highway, in that area heading to San Juan, it floods so easily, so bad. So one night we were gonna go every night, almost every night we went over to restaurants in San Juan because it's just a little nice area at nighttime to like hang out. But one night we were like, let's go eat. It was around 6 o'clock. When I tell you I was nervous, I was like, oh my god, are we gonna get stuck here? Oh. But thank God the Uber driver came in like a truck basically. So we were good. Um but he was like telling us, he was like, this road floods, and if I would have gone down there, we would have been stuck down there. And I was like, oh my God. But everything was like flooding on our way there. And it was pouring. That's when I took that picture of the palm trees and the rainbow. Like when we're almost there, that's when it stopped raining. And the rainbow comes out and it looks beautiful, but a 15 minute ride turned into an hour and a half just because of the rain and the flooding. And this was every single day. It would rain. I got so burned because during the day it would be so hot and beautiful, and then at random times it would start raining. And there was one day on Leia's birthday when it started raining super early in the morning. I had like the craziest tan when I was here. Oh my goodness, I love the pictures of the boys. They're so cute. Mm. I have one picture with Noah where I look so burned. My little Leia. But other than that, it was a fun time. I'm looking into Dominican Republic now, Punta Cana for next summer, and it's looking pretty cheap so far, but we gotta decide on dates. And I have to save up a bit for that. There was one night that we went to this place called Piñones, and it's a bunch of little, they call them kiosk. It's just a bunch of little restaurants, like outdoor restaurants. And the people that live there always warn me about like the nighttime there. Like it's not a place to take the children. Even like we went to one where it was kind of nice, low key, good food. We had mofongo. But I was like, I see that there's like another area on that side. And then the lady was like, yeah, you can go, but it's already dark. I don't know if you want to go around there with the kids. I don't know if they think we're like from like the suburban area, but we don't really care. We walk around the city all the time and we see crazy things. We see freaking people on the floor. You see them all the time in New York on the floor with their drugs right on the side. Like, I feel like the area where we ended up wasn't bad at all. Like, I didn't see anything. It was just a bunch of people hanging out, smoking, and they were out though in the open by the beach and listening to loud music. Yes, it was loud, but it wasn't like something that the kids would be like, oh my god, like scared for their lives. Let me show you. Mm, it was on the last night. So we went to this one little restaurant and it was really cute. It had a lot of greenery because, like I said, all of these restaurants are outdoors. So the kids were having fun running out there. And then after the restaurant, we went to the back side of it that's right by the water, by the ocean. And that's where we saw all the people, like just hanging out, drinking, listening to music. Boys were taking pictures there. Let me see. I took a video of Blake. I was trying to take a picture, and they're both dancing. Blake is a little clown. He's tough, but he's hilarious. Look, everyone's like barbecuing outside. Music was loud, but he was out walking down the streets like he lives in Puerto Rico. It was hilarious. And at the end, there were like some people down the road. He wound up like we were walking down that way, and they were like all clapping for him. And he was like, "Oh no, they saw me." He's hilarious. Hello, LMA. Always wanted to go to Puerto Rico. You should. The only thing is that everything is not like in DR where it's all inclusive. No, out here you have to, like the hotels that I was looking at, a lot of them have kitchens so you can do groceries. That's what we did. We did groceries and we would make breakfast and then have lunch and dinner outside. And stuff is pretty expensive. The food is pretty expensive. Yes, want to go back there too. Where exactly did you stay, Matt? Because I kind of want to do the Nickelodeon resort for the kids, but at the same time, I don't. But I was looking into it. I just want a spot where it's like safe for the kids, like the actual hotel room, because I was reading on a few of them and it was like I was really into the reviews. Like I went in deep to see if it was safe for the kids, but some of them Bávaro. Yeah, I keep looking at that. You went with Blakely? Let me see. I keep seeing that one too. That one's like one of my top ones. And Ryu? La, 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 la. Let me see. So she's never gone to DR with you? Some of them were like, oh, the hotel room had like in the room there was like a step that wasn't like safe for the kids, or another one was like they had like a glass table in the middle. Barcelo Bávaro. I think that's the one. Hi Lisa. Love the DR, one of my favorites. Blake's a little dancer. He has rhythm. He's hilarious. He does like to dance. He used to like to dance a lot more when he was like Leia's age. He was always dancing. I have so many videos of him dancing. They're hilarious. I look back at them and I just laugh. Did I tell you I just passed my Halloween pictures? Did I tell you what we dressed up as? Me and the boys were stormtroopers. Leia was Princess Leia. And her dad was Darth Vader. Barcelo Bávaro. Yeah, I just saw that. Oh my Blakey. Let me see. Oh, I sent a video not too long ago to the group chat of Blake dancing. This was when he had just turned one, I think, or right before. He's always been a little dancer. Here he wasn't even one. Um, and another one, and another, but can't remember. She stayed here. Yes, we stayed on the adults only side. They have two sides. One where it's adults only, and the other you can bring kids. On the adults only side, you have your own pool and stuff, so no kids. Yeah, that type of stuff scares me. Did you take a family picture on Halloween? We did. We did. I'm not about to show you guys though. Let me see. Mm. Oh. I can show you. So funny. Let me put the brightness up. That was one. Leia. She cracks me up with those buns. And then we took one at school but Noah wasn't in it because he was at his school. But Leia's dad came over to help us out with the trunk or treat that we had. That was like, that was a lot, but it was fun. I was so tired that night. Oh my god, so cute. Hello, how are you? Hi, I'm good. How are you? The place is so huge, you don't ever interact with the two sides. You take little shuttles and go karts to get around. Nice. That's cool. That's good to know. Very cool. Now for Christmas, we have matching PJs. So that should be fun. Guys, I'm doing the elf on the shelf. Or walk. The pools were close to the rooms, but like the casino and stuff, they give you a ride on the shuttle. Gotcha. I'm doing the elf on the shelf, but I'm doing the bare minimum this year. Next year, I'll be prepared for it. I was not ready for it. One of Noah's best friends, the mom, gave it to us, well, to him for Christmas. And I looked at it and I was like, thank you. Like, I was scared for this year. This year, we went on a trip. Leia got sick back to back. So it was a lot. So I didn't have time to prepare for it. But I sat down, I read them the story of it. We named him Elfie. That was them wanting to name him the Elfie. Uh, we're just moving him around the house. Yesterday, I was like, Noah, you should talk to Alfie and tell him where you want to see him next. And Noah is so sweet. I love that he's so innocent. Last night, he spoke to Alfie. He was like, Alfie, I want you to go on the Christmas tree. And then my boyfriend grabbed him, like, as soon as he went to bed, put him on the tree. This morning, he was like, Mom, Alfie heard me. And he was so excited to see him on the Christmas tree. But there was one morning where when I heard them, like their little footsteps, I was like, oh my God. Like I got up so fast because I forgot to move him. So I got up and I ran, and my boyfriend had moved him right before he went to work. That day he went to work oh, I'm sorry. That day he went to work at 6 in the morning. So by the time they woke up at 7, he was already moved. Thank goodness for that because I got up running to check on that little doll and he was already in his spot. So that was good. Would definitely recommend that place 100%. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I am too. I hide it in a different place every night and for outfits for her and everything. You put different outfits and got outfits? What? I'm here struggling just thinking of where to put it. And here you are with outfits? Blakely loves it. Aw, kids, sweet innocence. Yeah. Noah is so innocent. And I'm scared. Like, I can see a little spice in him now that he's in first grade and he's in a different school with so many different kids, and he's kind of getting an attitude here and there where I'll tell him to do something. He's like, why? And he'll like slam a door. But it's not something that happens every day. I know that only happens when he's so tired, when he needs a nap, when he's not like Blake. Blake, on the other hand, gets really cranky when he's hungry. So I just basically feed him and he's fine. Noah, on the other hand, gets cranky when he's tired. So when he starts giving an attitude, I'm like, oh my God, eat your dinner and let's go to bed, because I can tell. And that's when he shows a little attitude, and I hear things that he normally wouldn't say. But yeah, he's a really good kid. He's so innocent compared to a lot of kids his age. Like today, one of our 4 year olds showed up to school with his cell phone. His cell phone, people. Why does a 4 year old need a cell phone? I don't understand. What's the point in giving all of these kids so much technology? It's easier on the parents. I get it. But at the same time, you're like hindering their education, their childhood, like their brain development. They're too small for cell phones. I don't even let my kids, they don't even have iPads. Like, I was this close to getting them iPads, but I refuse to have my kids, like, I don't ever want to be that family that's at a restaurant and all the kids are on their cell phones, all the kids are on their laptops. That time will come. I'm pretty sure it will. Never say never. Later on, I'm sure they're going to be teenagers doing that. Well, right now, they're 6 and 3 years old. They don't need to be on phones and stuff. Mm, just say he's sleeping and hasn't woke up yet, so you gotta be quiet. I forgot to and said that. Aw, I got the girl elf. Yeah, on Amazon you can buy outfits for the elves. You're making this so much harder. You know, there's these kits now that just every day they give you everything that you have to, like all the supplies that you need to use it on every day. I'm getting that next year because I don't want another thing to think about. It's already enough. Yeah, that's definitely way too young for a cell phone. Too much, people. All right, guys. I gotta wake up super early. I'm going to work like half hour earlier every day now because I'm getting out a little earlier. I used to get out at 6. Now I'm getting out at 4:45, which is great. I feel like I have so much more time to hang out with the kids now. It's not just let's rush home. Parking for me takes forever. Today, thank goodness, I found parking in like 5 minutes. Usually on a regular night, it would take me about 40 minutes to find parking spot. But today, it was good. I got to come home with them, feed them, hang out with them, play, talk to Blake about tomorrow's day, how he will behave tomorrow, shower them, put them to bed. But yeah, I had a hot pink fuzzy sweater for Elfie with Cindy Who on it. Let's see, that's so cute. I hear you. I got Blakely an iPad, but she knows if we go out to eat and stuff, she can't be on the iPad or phone. Yup, as it should be. It's like family time. That's the one time you guys get to really bond, talk. Oh. All right, guys, I'm going to bed now. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to my little rants. So nice to see you too, Sharon. Have a good night, guys. Bye.